Welcome to episode 12 of season 4 of the Gateway Geeks Podcast. This is the election limbo episode in which we engage in a cult indoctrination ritual to rid ourselves of some nervous energy and also talk about the new season of The Mandalorian. First half of this podcast is your usual fare, but the second half descends quickly into pure entropy. Here are your hosts, Joe, Tracy, Sarah, Chris, and Aaron.
But it's just
Okay.
Not
to sound dumb, did it work?
Yeah.
I got the
Yeah.
message that asked if I was consenting to be recorded. So yeah.
There we go. It didn't say recording right away. All right.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. All right. Welcome back, everyone, to this post-pre-apocalyptic episode of the Gateway Geeks, season 4, episode 12. For this intro, we're going to say our names, and then we're going to say the smallest hill we're willing to die on. This is Aaron's idea. I kind of like this.
Fuck, I still don't know what mine's going to be.
It's all right. It's all right. You could go last, Sarah. You'll have time. My name is Joe. Welcome to the podcast. The smallest hill I'm willing to die on is a Cubano that I ate later today that might ultimately cause me to have to get divorced. Aaron?
All right. Me? All right. Hi, I'm Aaron. The smallest, most petty hill that I'm willing to die on is inanimate objects are addictive, not addicting. Chris, what's yours?
Hi, I'm Chris, and Deep Space Nine is better than Babylon 5 in every possible way. I've been rewatching it, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. This is just better in every way. I know it's a ripoff. They ripped it off and made it better.
Your turn, Tracy.
Okay. Hi, I'm Tracy, and I think the smallest hill I'm willing to die on is murdering in the name of an unfilled ice cube tray in the freezer.
Tracy, I'm with you 100 goddamn %.
Or not breaking down boxes before you put them in the recycling.
Oh, why would you do
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Why?
What else? When Tracy and I first got together, she would not eat English muffins because she thought they were for, what did you say, Tracy?
Pussies.
Yes, that's what you said.
Crumpet huffing whores.
Sorry.
I'm going.
It was smart of you, Joe, to not allow there to be recorded audio of you saying the word pussies.
Yeah, I thought so.
Coward.
Well, Chris, that's because, as like our friend Mark Maron would say, I aspire to be, sort of somewhere in that alpha pussy range. Like, that's kind of where I aspire to be. No, it's not where I am.
There's things on YouTube on.
Am I allowed to introduce myself?
I know. I was about to say sorry. And you, Sarah.
Let Sarah talk, you fucking monsters.
Hi, I'm Sarah Jane Connor. The smallest hill I'm willing to die on is that there is a difference between different kinds of salt. Yep.
Fair.
We're doing a cooking one.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
Getting real niche.
That's good.
And garlic salt is the best of all of them.
Garlic salt is good.
But so Sarah, are you talking about like table salt versus kosher salt? Or are you talking about like Himalayan salt and the flavored salts?
Oh, all of them. There's a difference between all of them, but I am like specifically like there is a strong difference between like coarse sea salts and kosher salts and table salts. Namely, that you should not use table salt. It tastes like chemicals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for this episode, we're obviously going to be talking about the latest political trauma we have just all collectively been through, but we're also going to do a 70s style cult initiation YouTube game, which Sarah came up with, which is fucking brilliant, and I can't wait for this. And then we're probably going to talk about The Mandalorian a little bit too, for those of us who saw it, or for those of us who didn't see it, things we've been watching that have been, how did you put it, Aaron? Like taking our mind off of...
Yeah, or the hamster wheel.
The hamster wheel, yeah. So, speaking of pettiness, I spent literally all day while I should have been working arguing with boomer centrist Democrats on Facebook. So my life is officially meaningless.
Well, you shouldn't have done Facebook. That was your first mistake.
That was really my problem.
As someone who suffers from hypertension, Joe, just stop for your own health.
Yeah, but
so like my problem, the problem that I've found, and you'll see this in my YouTube history later, is as someone who, like, I wrote my thesis about, it was like a Marxist perspective, so like I'm super into the theory and everything, but I want to distance myself from what we're calling like the online left right now, which is like, I mean, it very quickly gets into like incel territory. Like it's totally insufferable people, and it's also the same people who are like not voting right now or saying you shouldn't vote. So there's that anxiety that's fueling me to like both defend people on the left and also cause myself pain in other ways rhetorically.
Like, at some point you have to draw a line and go, hey, tankies, can you fuck off so the adults can talk?
Yes, agreed completely. But then there's also the thing about like this whole narrative that I totally was like pushing myself of, vote for Biden now, get Biden in office, then we can like lodge our complaints, you know?
Yeah.
Right? And I think there are people who are going to just use the whole like, don't argue, like don't lodge any sort of critique against Biden ever because of X, Y, or Z thing for the next 4 years. So that's like what I've been doing all day. How have you guys been? How's the week been treating you?
Well, I was doing better until I was on Twitter and I saw, again, tanky leftists attacking Parker Malloy and Brianna Wu for being happy about Trump being voted out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, this won't solve everything. And I'm like, you are literally screaming at people who this particular man spent 4 years trying to get killed.
Yeah.
I mean, especially for these very visible, very online trans women who this particular asshole was specifically targeting, trying to get killed, and they're happy that that particular problem's not there anymore. But because it won't magically solve every problem at once, go back to brunch.
Yeah.
Like, it reminded me so much of, like, the people that were marching around Manhattan at the, like, you know, before lockdown happened, who were like yelling at people eating brunch about, you gentrified this neighborhood. And all I could think is, if one of those people now votes for Trump because you screamed at them over eggs for eating breakfast at 10 o'clock, you were worse off than if you had slept in this morning.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I know it's because I'm like old and I'm cranky, but I'm like, God, you can have ideas, but if you only use those ideas to piss people off that are 1 degree removed from you, you're not accomplishing any. The leftist circular firing squad that just There's a reason that every successful communist country of the 20th century was actually a charismatic dictatorship revolving around one person, which is the exact opposite of what communism was supposed to be in the first place. Yeah. It's almost because real communists can't agree on anything, and one asshole with an ounce of charisma shows up, and everybody goes, yeah, we'll follow that guy. And we've all seen it in all kind of leftist circles, from small community groups to whole countries, where one slightly charismatic, usually white dude shows up, takes over, sleeps with all the 17-year-olds, and then everything explodes. Can we maybe not keep doing that over and fucking over again?
Right.
That might have been pent up all day. Sorry.
So, how about Aaron? Go ahead, Aaron.
Well, this week, there's the infinite pressing refresh on my browser infinitely. Waiting.
Yes.
Let's see. When I'm not doing that, just watching watching Pluto because here's the maddening thing. So I've got I've got access to all these streaming things. I can't make up my mind of what to specifically select. So I'm like, I know, I'll just upload Pluto TV and I'll choose and I'll just watch classic Doctor Who because I don't have to make a choice.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah.
So what about Sarah and Tracy? What have you guys been doing?
Oh, I elected to not watch Returns because I've done a lot of therapy. So I made some good choices. I was like, listen, the results are going to be what they're going to be regardless of whether or not I obsessively watch them. So I'm going to go to bed because I have to be at work in the morning.
Oh my God, that's so much better than what I did.
So great news, y'all. Therapy does work. Vote for candidates who support access to mental health care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big flex, Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's very smart.
I made a healthy choice today. The rest of us,
I think I've just mostly spent too much time on Facebook this week. That's been my big bad choice. Not watching the returns so much, just catching whatever I can hear Joe yelling at from the TV from the other room, which is always good. And yeah, so I think that's been just seeing, I've got a lot of people in my feed who lean the other way. And so it's weird now seeing them talking about how they're terrified about what the world's going to be like. And I'm like, yeah, I was there like 72 hours ago. So welcome to paradise, like.
Well, and the weird thing about that I'm always just sort of flummoxed by is like, I remember people just freaking the fuck out throughout the whole Obama administration, and none of that shit they were freaking out about happened.
Yeah.
And then like Trump is issuing these edicts that are like, let's murder all the trans people, like trans people can't be in the military. Let's get rid of all, and it's like literal things that are happening. Yeah. And we are afraid of these things that are happening, as opposed to, I don't know what people are afraid of, their taxes going up when they make like $7 an hour.
Right.
It's like, that's not you, sweetie. That's not, your taxes aren't going up under Biden.
Yeah.
Was it Upton Sinclair that said that socialism will never take root in America because America doesn't have poor people, just temporarily embarrassed millionaires?
Yeah.
Sounds very Upton Sinclair. Yeah.
It's always stuck with me. I work with a lot of people who, make solidly lower middle class incomes, who are convinced that, once they, I don't know, money magic, like Reagan's spirit, wherever people think money comes from, happens, and they become millionaires. Because, I live in Illinois, and people in Illinois were convinced to, it's like, so years ago, people in Illinois were convinced to vote in a flat tax. And then the governor is like, hey, this is bullshit. We should charge millionaires more. And then a multi-million-dollar ad campaign against it followed. And now the people of Illinois voted down returning to a graduated tax. So now everyone's taxes have to go up.
Yep.
Yay!
As opposed to Missouri, which is, oh my God. Have you guys been
I heard you guys reinstituted the 3/5 compromise.
That's the goal of like 90% of the state legislature, I will tell you.
I'm only half kidding because of that measure that passed where they can redistrict based only upon people who vote and not the actual population.
Well, and it's also the electors. So
yes.
The electors, or not the electors, the redistricting like officials are now appointed by the governor. They're not
nonpartisan.
They're partisan appointees now, and so like, yeah, I mean it's a nightmare. But so
how many districts is St. Louis going to end up being now? 400 individuals.
No, dude, they're going to make it one district.
Yeah,
they're going to make it like one. But okay, so here's
there's
my
one
proposal.
District that goes across 70 that connects Kansas City and St. Louis, so they get one representative.
So they get Columbia in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's my question, and we can only have wrong answers to this question. What do you guys think Trump will do with his 2 months of lame duck presidency? Only wrong answers.
Oh, I think he's just gonna be like really chill about it, you know?
I think he's going to, really think hard about the Trump presidential library, and I think he's going to, make sure that has like a sort of balanced collection with a lot of like Cesar Chavez first editions in there. That's what I think is going to happen. Yeah.
You know, when you were a kid and you would make those coupon books for somebody like your mom for Mother's Day or whatever?
Right.
I keep envisioning him filling out one of those, but pardons that are undated.
Yeah.
All with his own name on them.
Uh-huh.
So he thinks he can just use those for the rest of his life.
I think he's going to spend a lot more time just being a dad, being a dad to his youngest son.
Yeah.
Just. So.
Okay, has anyone else? Has anyone else noticed that anytime he talks about Barron, he refers to him as Barron Trump?
Yep. or her son.
Yes. Like, I don't know that he's met him.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of like a shitty anime character where like every time the character appears, everyone's like, "Oh, it's Barron Trump." Speaking of which, I already brought up that Barron Trump is an anime. We don't need to talk. That's fine. So let's see. Should we just launch into the Mandalorian? Does anyone want to say anything else about politics? I don't want to get in like my weird leftist what do you call it, Tracy? The cognitive dissonance. I don't need to get into that. We'll talk about that later.
I think our listeners. I think what our listeners will really want to hear this month is more talk about the election. I think that.
I think everybody wants just more of that. Like,
I have really loved finding out how every individual BBC broadcaster pronounces Nevada. Nevada.
Yeah, I think what the people want is this, the election's been going on for like a week now, and I think like they want just more,
Clearly.
Election.
Okay, now I will say this. There are good things that have come out of this. I mean, we have Cory Bush.
Yes.
We have. Did you hear about the sheriff? Did you hear about the new sheriff? I forget what township it was, but this one woman was a police officer. She was fired by her boss, and so she basically ran and now took his job.
Oh, because she was fired for being a lesbian.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, hell right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and she's like, "Fuck you." That's great.
Yeah.
I actually am really excited about. I think his name's John Ossoff. He's the guy running for Senate in Georgia, and he was just like, you got to watch the debate he did with whoever the fuck the Republican loser is, where he was just like, so John Ossoff is Jewish. And he went into this debate, and like the other guy had of course been doing all these like anti-Semitic dog whistles about like George Soros or whatever. And so John Ossoff just went on the debate and he was like, so when you say George Soros, you really mean Jews, right? And I'm Jewish. And he just like called him the fuck out at the debate.
Nice.
And it was amazing. And the
deer in the headlights. It was amazing.
Yes. It was great. So I'm excited about him. I'm excited about Cory Bush. I'm excited that the whole squad got reelected. That's fucking awesome. And also, like, let's just be honest, like, Black women of color have done like all the heavy lifting electorally.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, and actually, I made the mistake earlier today of being like, oh, Stacey Abrams brought us Georgia, and a bunch of people were like, no, it's actually Stacey Abrams, and then like these 50 other women who all also happen to be like women of color. I mean, it's like, let's get these fucking old ass white people out and like get Cory Bush understands like what's going on in the progressive wing of the Democratic Party, you know?
Also, fun fact that I literally learned maybe 45 minutes ago. Did y'all know that Stacey Abrams writes romance novels?
Yes, I did know that. Yep.
That's amazing.
And
everybody buy some books.
And she's a Supernatural fan.
Oh,
She's a hardcore Supernatural fan.
but does she?
Was she excited about Destiel becoming canon?
Is it Sastiel? That's what I really want to know.
That I don't know. Now I haven't watched that show regularly since they fridged Charlie.
Oh yeah, I've never seen a full episode of Supernatural. I was just extremely on Tumblr in 2013.
Yeah.
Tracy's still watching it all the way through, so maybe she's like our resident expert. How far have you made it, Tracy?
I think I'm on season 10.
Yeah.
Season 10. It's good. I mean, I will say
There's a lot.
Yeah.
I do really appreciate the weird, like, dislocated, placeless sort of narrative that could really just be like any shitty Midwestern town any of us have been in or lived in.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. But
It's got a little bit of an American Gods feel with the fact that they're
Totally.
just like, you know, someplace in America,
Just
like
sort of trucking
feel.
around, yeah.
yeah.
So I watched the
Definitely.
pilot when it first came out. And just to emphasize how long that show has been on the air, I was like, pass. This is like a whole bunch of other shows that are on the air right now.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if y'all remember how weird shit was right around the year 2000 with programming when we had Millennium and what was the one where the guy had to go poke devil eyeballs out and send them Brimstone? Was that what it was
Brimstone,
called?
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was like there's like a 1,000 procedurals about like weird loner dudes who hunt demons.
Yep. I see. I am old enough to remember when the closest thing we had to hope for an X-Men movie or an X-Men TV series was the Misfits of Science. And so
I did not even know that.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Aaron, are you forgetting about the Generation X TV movie that was supposed to be a backdoor pilot, but no one liked it?
No, I do remember that came out. That did come out after Misfits of Science, and it was worse.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
it's so Gen X. It's honest to God. It's like if hackers had superpowers.
Yeah. To give you an idea of
I
what
love hackers.
I would watch that, honestly.
I won't get into the whole thing, but Misfits of Science is basically Automan crossed with square pegs.
Okay.
You know, Automan was.
That sounds fun, honestly. I'm failing to see how this is a negative.
It does sound fun. Well, I gotta say, like, I really liked Tracy has really good taste in like weird X-Men adjacent or X-Men kind of similar to X-Men sort. Like, what's the one you like, Tracy? Umbrella Academy.
That is excellent.
Yes.
Hell yeah. I still
That
need to
is
watch the
another-
second season, but that's really good.
Sarah, it's
I
made
know.
for you
I know.
Yes.
or me. Umbrella Academy is my favorite show.
Mm.
It's
Oh,
hands down.
nice.
Like, I really liked the first season. I fell in love with the second season, which is just like, oh my god, they just combined. Second season, they just lean in to characters being what they are, and they would stop worrying about rounding them out too much. It's like, oh yeah, no, this dude's just a himbo. Oh yeah, no, this one.
Excellent.
Combine that with a lot of gorgeous mid-century design, and it's that was my favorite thing. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch it. I just cannot. I can't handle narrative at the moment.
It's not.
Everything's on pause. So that
Fair, Sarah. I just spent all day. I spent like the first hour I had off work today watching Ken Burns' thing on the Shakers. So like, I get it.
I've seen that. It's good.
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
It's
I
pretty
love a
funny.
Ken Burns documentary.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah, don't watch the Vietnam one. It's not for now. I started that a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, no.
Those are really good for napping. This is like an old person tip. Those are great for napping, but you can't watch any of the war ones because Ken Burns insists on having like, aircraft, anti-aircraft guns going off every 20 seconds in his war documentaries for some reason. I don't know why. So, do you guys want to talk? Should we
war
move
is
on?
annoying.
War is war fucking sucks. Like, let's just Like, why are
More naps, less war.
Yes.
What is it good for? I mean, really,
Not naps.
absolutely
that's for sure.
nothing. I don't know.
Say again.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
man.
Joe, this drink you made is strong.
It's strong as shit. This is not. I did not do it right. So like we got one of those pre-made old-fashioned mixes from Target like last Christmas, and I've been using it, and it must just the composition must be totally different because I did the same sort of ratio, and this just tastes like bourbon with a little sugar in it. So yeah, I'm a little
Yep.
already.
Prepare yourselves for Drunk Joe. If you
Woohoo.
haven't seen Drunk Joe before,
It's
it's
fine.
something special.
They've both Sarah and Chris have both definitely seen Drunk Joe. It's fine.
Yeah. I've
I
spent
did-
many a Halloween with Drunk Joe.
I didn't
Yeah,
start singing Pour Some Sugar on Me at that point, so you're welcome all.
So okay, let's transition into our brief discussion of the Mandalorian
Yeah.
so we can get onto this YouTube thing because I'm chomping at the fucking bit for this shit, I have to say.
Yes.
I'm not.
Chris, it's okay. Sarah and I were trying to figure out like whose was going to be more embarrassing, yours or mine. I'm pretty sure mine's going to be more embarrassing, so don't
Mine
worry.
is
Like,
such a,
mine is definitely going to be the weirdest. Like, I think we all know this.
yeah, mine's
yeah.
such a
But-
combination of things I find calming and people I find attractive.
Same, dude. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Well, what you need to do, Chris, is just get into ASMR like I am, and then you can combine those two things into one video.
I don't
ASMR
like.
gives me like the same feeling as like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
Like it does
Really?
not work for me.
Nope,
See,
nope.
okay,
It
here's
feels
the-
like someone's too close to me, which I don't like.
Yeah.
there are
It gives
so
me the
many-
same feeling as when I touch something with a bad texture.
There's so many different types though, like because I am very sensitive to the nails on a chalkboard thing. Like
Mhm.
I get that feeling, but like I can't do the ones. We'll get into this later. This is for later,
Okay.
you guys.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
for later.
ASMR is like being on a bus in front of a schizophrenic, which I think we've all had that experience at some point.
You guys-
No,
I've been to Chicago, yeah.
It's worse than that. A moist person on the bus.
You guys are clearly not nearly autistic enough.
I have an official diagnosis,
Excuse
bitch.
me, sir. Once again, the Gatekeeper podcast rears its head.
We're all a little bit on the spectrum, except for probably Tracy. I don't think Tracy is.
Okay, so Mandalorian.
Yeah, Mandalorian. So Tracy and I saw it. Aaron saw it. Chris, what about you and Sarah? Did you guys get to see
I
it?
have not watched any of The Mandalorian, like season 1 or 2. So I guess I'm just gonna drink wine and prepare for YouTube.
This is where
Have fun.
Sarah's just gonna finish off that bottle while we talk about Mandalorian.
Nice.
I've
I'm-
seen all three season 1, the first episode of this season, and like 10 minutes of the new one,
Yeah.
which I tried to squeeze in while waiting to pick my wife up at work on a cell phone. It didn't work entirely, but it was still very fun to watch.
Yeah. No, I've seen the first, all of it, including the first 2. The second one is okay. It's not nearly as oh my gosh as season 1, episode 1, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember if we talked about it on this podcast or like with this group of people, but I mean, the thing I really like about it is all the references to like old Kurosawa films, and I know that's like something that George Lucas tried very clumsily to do, but I feel like The Mandalorian does it with much more grace and sort of care.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think of this episode? Of the episode 1, I've not seen episode 2, so like
All right.
let's.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Fantastic.
And that reveal of Yaddle at the end was amazing.
Yeah.
Really didn't see that coming.
Yeah. It's
Did you? So is that officially Boba Fett? Is that like the
I
official?
mean,
line?
it's not official, but I mean, the odds of it being anyone else is exceptionally slim. I saw somebody.
To be
try
fair, he has a pretty common face.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like I did read a fan theory that maybe it's just one of the hundreds and hundreds of clones, and I'm like, I don't think Filani wants to like give that big a middle finger to fans.
Yeah.
Point of order: the clones all age at an accelerated rate, and would be much older than that at this point in the timeline.
Yeah.
Okay, can I just say that, like, speaking of things like this, and just doing this podcast and getting some feedback from some of our followers and like this online leftist stuff,
yeah.
I really need to figure out a way to be okay with just like nerd culture again, because I love it, but I also hate the fucking people. Like, I might take this out of the podcast later, but just
Joe,
like,
it's because nerd culture destroyed America.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Like, we can't extricate ourselves from it at this point. We've been forged by it. We don't know any other way. At the same time, our people like us invented QAnon.
Yeah.
As an ARG that then destroyed the boomers.
Yeah.
We need to just put a bunch of people out on icebergs. That's my suggestion.
The same people that invented 4chan so that they could exchange homemade pictures of naked Bulma are now actively destroying the most powerful nation on Earth.
Chris, I love the authority and the like care with which you describe 4chan.
Am I wrong in any way?
No. For those of you who are not hopelessly pathetic, Bulma is a character from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
That's all 4chan was Dragon Ball Z memes.
Yeah.
It was just a place for people to share anime memes that very quickly became porn.
Yep.
Very quickly.
Well, and didn't we talk about, maybe it was in our chat, we were talking about the one dude who was like going to kill Joe Biden and how he got like radicalized. It wasn't 8chan, but it was something very similar to 8chan. It was something like that. And I just don't.
I just call them the Chans. They're all
Chans.
over.
Let's talk about Star Wars. Fuck these,
All right. So
fuck these fucking nerds. Go ahead. Talk about Star Wars.
Another thing I really
Fuck this nerd shit. Back to Star Wars.
Okay. So another thing I really like about The Mandalorian is the fact that, and I was talking about, I think I was talking in the chat about this, and I like that now that we are hopefully finished with the hero's journey Skywalker thing, Lucasfilm could do things like a heist movie or a western / samurai epic.
Yeah.
I am still pressed that Solo was not a heist movie. I'm going to die mad about it. That's my tiny hill I'm going to die on. Fuck Salt.
Solo 2.
Solo should have been Ocean's 11.
Absolutely. Well, I don't.
They're already hinting at Solo 2. It should definitely be just a heist movie.
Just do fucking Lando with Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Donald Glover, though, honestly, I think he's actually like too big for Star Wars now, to be honest.
No, I think he's fantastic. Here's the thing: Lando is always too big for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, he's too sexy. He's too whatever. He's fucking Lando Calrissian. When he shows up, he's Lando. Does he? I don't know that Billy D. Williams knows what Star Wars is.
Yeah.
He showed up and he's like, "Hey, there's a very attractive young lady.
Yeah,
gonna
Lando is a weird addition to the Star Wars universe, which is like ultimately like quite a chaste universe overall. And then they suddenly introduce this guy, and it's like, yeah, this guy fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
That's just what's up, you know?
Empire was all about that. I mean,
Empire was overwhelmingly about who fucks.
Yeah.
I dearly love that, like, in the first, they're trying so hard to make Han Solo like, oh, this is the pirate badass. And in the second movie, it's like, oh no, Han Solo is a grade A cuck. And then here's his sexy friend.
That's always been the great thing about Han Solo. Han Solo likes to present himself as like this cool dude. Han Solo has always been a fucking loser.
Yes.
That's the great thing about Han Solo, though. He's a doofus.
That is one of the great secrets about the Star Wars franchise. Boba Fett. if you just look at Boba Fett, not in like the extended universe or the novels, but just what you've seen in the movie, is he hung out in garbage, followed a ship, so said that's the guy. Took basically Ubered a box to his boss, and then got taken out by a blind guy with a stick.
Yeah.
Han Solo.
Shit.
Big shout out to the Mandalorian for maintaining that design flaw in the Mandalorian jetpacks.
Yes. Yep.
So if you poke them in a particular way, they go off.
Han Solo is that guy from Stranger Things, the stepbrother who has like the Firebird or whatever and gets infected. That's totally who Han Solo is in like another fictional universe.
No, but that guy sucks. Like Han Solo is like at least a decent dude. Han Solo is Steve.
Yes, Han Solo
True.
is Steve.
Yes, you're right. That's very true. He is. Yeah.
And then you've got Luke, who's like the ultimate Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Who we're all just like, okay, whatever. He's adorable. You just you want him to get a win every now and then. He's kind of just a whiny little turd, but you root for him anyway.
And to be honest, you guys, I've had so much to drink now, I can't even remember what the fuck happened in this episode. So let's get Tracy's take on it, because I know she was paying attention.
Oh, well, I actually really like the Sand People. And I actually read something about this. You'll be very impressed, Joe. I read something online that said that whenever they were creating the episode, they realized when they were trying to create the language for the Sand People that it would be worth it to have someone who was non-hearing come in, and someone who spoke ASL to help create an actual language for them. And so I thought that was like really cool, because I remember watching the episode and thinking like it was a very believable, like, because they're making sounds, but they were also doing a lot of like hand signals. They were like really elaborate and like, but like very expressive too. So like it did feel like a lot like how I feel like when I see someone who's speaking ASL. So like I totally caught that. So I thought that was really just like heartening. To know that they actually like invited people to the table who might not have like really been invited before, to make the episode more realistic. But also I thought it was really cool that the Mandalorian himself had taken it upon himself to learn the Sand People's language.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I saw that as well. I almost forgot, speaking of like things that they incorporated into this episode that was just a fantastic. So the character of the Marshal, who's the character name I can't remember, but he was originally created by Chuck Wendig in his Star Wars Aftermath book series that like takes place, after Jedi but before the Rise.
Force Awakens.
Thank you. And what I love about this is that is likely to boost sales of the book, and the reason why that's cool is a bunch of conservative 4chan bots who didn't like the idea that were created by people who didn't like that that there was a gay character in Star Wars that, in this book series. Basically did this whole massive thing to like get Chuck off Star Wars, and it worked. I mean, Chuck is a successful author. He's not gonna lose money, but it's nice. It's vindicating that one of his creations is now and forever Star Wars live action canon.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey.
We were a little afraid Missouri seceded from the Union and cut off the internet.
Whoops.
Dude, I'm so pissed off. We paid extra because Tracy and I are always simultaneously on Zoom calls. We paid extra to get like that extra bandwidth, and I think it's actually fucking worse now somehow.
Great.
Charter is terrible.
I'll start a whole podcast to bitch about Charter if you want.
Yeah, fuck Charter. Yeah, we lost them again.
Yep.
Oh no.
Tracy's expression at that point.
I see.
Oh, now you're back.
There we go.
No, we just had some lag. It's fine. It's Zoom is telling me my internet connection is unstable. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. I mean, who isn't?
Okay.
So, but this brings me to like the dilemma of my job. So it's telling me right now that my internet connection is unstable. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's
like, one of the
literally what I
biggest things-
said 20 seconds ago. Go ahead.
Right. But
Yeah.
no, but like, so like one of the biggest things I do at my job right now is I determine whether or not little kids are eligible to basically have a virtual mentor
Yeah.
because of the pandemic. And one of the biggest things I have to do is determine whether or not their internet connection will allow for them to be able to
Yeah.
have a good enough connection to stay present, on top of the fact that like they're kids who have been doing virtual learning all day anyway, who like don't
Yeah.
want to be in front of the camera anymore,
Yeah.
don't want to be staying still, all of that. And I hate it because I feel like it's so variable. Like, how can I know like that their internet connection is going to suck this bad tomorrow
Yeah.
or next week or the week after that? Because I feel like some days our internet connection is great and other
Yeah.
days it's garbage. And I just feel like it's like luck of the draw. And so I just err on the side of like pushing a kid forward and being like, they can cope with it. Like the big,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? The older mentor can cope with it when it happens, because it's a teaching tool, honestly. It's patience and everything else. But it kills me because we've been having all these conversations at work where it's like, should we really be matching these kids who have bad internet connections? And I'm just like, yes.
Yeah.
Well, and honestly,
Yes, we should.
Tracy and I were talking about like if Trump won the election, we're like, we gotta at least move to a fucking blue state. Like we cannot be in Missouri when Trump fucking is in his second term.
I don't know. You
'Cause,
might
mean,
be safer in a red state in a Trump red term.
red term. It's like code red.
I'm drunk. Yeah, I'm sorry.
What's Chris drinking tonight? I want to know.
Chris is taking meds, I bet. Yeah.
No
I get
comment.
that, dude. So Tracy, do you want more alcohol before we do the YouTube thing? Can you handle it?
I definitely need more alcohol before we do the YouTube thing, because whenever Joe told me we were going to do this, I was like, this is going to be really telling in a way that may embarrass you more than me. So I'm so sorry.
I'm not embarrassed. This is the 21st fucking century, Tracy. Tell them what you said. Tell them what you said when I told you that that's what we were doing.
I was like, everyone's gonna think I'm a lesbian if they see what my stuff is. They're not gonna understand that I'm married to a man. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Tracy and I have often discussed like this weird thing about being two bi people who are married to each other, and it's like effectively like ostensibly a heterosexual marriage or whatever.
No, that's the ultimate in gay and lesbian solidarity.
Thank you, Sarah. That means a lot.
We're working on it.
Oh, Aaron's good. Okay, I'm gonna get some more alcohol.
Not gay and lesbian, but you know what I mean.
Yes, I know what you're saying.
I was gonna say MLM, WLW. Those are acronyms that do not work spoken out loud.
No, they don't.
They work great in text. Like they're great for Twitter. They fit great in a tweet. Like they do not work spoken out loud.
Yeah.
So wolf.
I am happy that they've stopped doing the thing where they're just like adding letters to it, where they put like I like the plus.
Yeah, the plus is good.
Yeah, because it's like for a while it was like LGBTQIA, which okay, I get that, but then people like the thing that makes me feel old is when like I go into one of the student group, the LGBT student group that I advise. I go into the meetings and I'm like, first of the year, people are always like, oh, who the fuck are you to be advising? Like they want to know if I'm gay, basically. Like they don't want to. So I'm like, no, I'm bi. And they're like, what's that? Like people have seriously said, what's that? Because we're fucking old and kids do not call it that
because
anymore.
Calling yourself bi is so dated. You call yourself pan. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't call yourself bi.
It is very like gender normative. It is like a problem, but you know, like that's whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna go make more alcohol. Tracy, can I bring you a beer because we are almost out of bourbon? Shitty bourbon. We have good bourbon.
I'll take a beer. I'll take a beer. It'll be quicker too. Thank you.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, he strategically stayed muted through that conversation.
Yeah, it's very smart. Very smart. Yeah, that's what Joe and I are going for. That's why he's part of the club, and that's why I was part of the club, is that we're totally the right people to be part of a gay straight alliance here. Like, this is
Sometimes
this
the
is
best
where
way
we
to be an
thrive.
accomplice is to shut the fuck up.
An ally? Yeah.
I like I don't know. Someone a while ago was like,
Accomplice is good.
you
That
know,
is
like
true.
accomplice is better than ally because that's someone who's willing to actually go to jail with you.
That's true.
Yes. That's what they call it in like this training that we've been doing at work. They're saying that accomplice is like a better than an ally. Like an ally
Oh, is
will...
that caught up to corporate training now? Because I have to stop saying it now.
Yep, but we call it a co-conspirator.
Oh, that's worse.
Yep.
Oh,
You have to be a co-conspirator now to be like hip to the jargon.
I've been
Yeah.
named a co-conspirator, but I don't really want to.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, whenever Joe told me that we were doing this YouTube thing, I was just like,
I got you your Trappist ale.
Thank you. Appreciate it, love. I was just like, this is going to be awkward for everybody. Plus, for whatever reason, I don't look at YouTube all that often. Mine is from February of last year. So it's whatever I was into in February of last year, which feels like a long time ago at this point because 2020 has lasted 20 years.
Yeah.
So, fun fact: Megan doesn't have a Google account,
Mm-hmm.
and so occasionally she doesn't use YouTube that
How?
often. What?
How does she not have a Google account?
I don't know, but
How does she exist as a person without a Google account?
my Google search history is insane because it'll be like Transformers, Star Wars, three-level spinal decompaction survey information. Like it's very like honest to God, they think I'm like the world's like lamest doctor or something.
All right, so wait, let's get into it. So either Tracy or Aaron has to start. I know Aaron had a caveat already with it, right?
Yeah, I think Aaron has to start because he's not going to actually do it because he's a coward.
I turned off the tracking or the keeping my viewing ship.
Yeah, I know. The coward's way out.
Yeah,
I am definitely wine drunk at this point. I'm very sorry for anything that I say.
all
during-
good. No, I watch.
All right, Captain Incognito.
Yeah. I mean, I watch movies with Mikey.
I do love movies with Mikey.
Yeah.
Oh, History of Mario came out today. It's really good.
I will
shit.
check it out. Let's see, Blake. This thing called The Renegade Cut. Video essayist, fantastic. Some more news, not to be confused with some good news.
From the cracked guy, Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last thing I watched on YouTube was old Blake's 7 episodes.
That seems about right for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tracy, it's your turn. Share your screen.
Wait, so what do I do when I share my screen though? Can I like scroll through it really quickly, or do I need to like explain myself item per item? Like
You have to bring it
Dealer's
up.
choice.
You have to bring it up, and then we heckle you, and then it's over. It'll be over quick. Just do it. Do it. So for those of you who maybe like didn't fully catch what we're doing here.
No, we didn't explain the 70s
We
cult
didn't-
initiation.
wait,
YouTube
hold
thing.
on. Do that before I share my screen because I'm not gonna have this up here.
I'll let Sarah explain it because it was her idea. It's a good idea.
Yes, I'm a terrible genius, and maybe
You
secretly a 70s cult leader. Who knows? I am an INTJ, like that's my Myers-Briggs type, and all the career section on all of those is always like, have you considered
Dictator, serial killer. Yeah.
being the dictator of a small island nation? Although I retook it recently and it said I'm an INTP, so who knows? Maybe I'm leaving my dictatorial past behind me. Who can say? I don't know. The wine is really talking right now, so
I love that. I'm an INFJ. Where it's very close. Yeah.
Chris is also an INTJ, which should surprise no one. But like,
What am I, Tracy? We did it once. We Tracy and I met on OkCupid, so like, of course, we had to fill that shit out. What did it say? Is it INFP? Is that mine, Tracy?
Yours might be an ISFP.
IS. What is S?
Sensing.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay.
yeah,
Anyways,
it's intuition versus sensing, I think, for the second letter.
Let's say, does Meyer-Briggs pick up on ASMR tendencies?
It should.
We're gonna get to that. And
Yes,
Chris,
okay.
In his YouTube history, for sure.
So the game is everybody has to screen share their YouTube watch history and try to defend their choices of what they have been watching lately as they deal with election stress, and we all get to roast them.
Okay, so I'm going to screen share, and mind you that this is from February of last year, so I can hardly be held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But it's
whatever,
really,
Tracy.
it's just straight up like, it's just the first video is just of two chicks making out in a music video that I'm really
I love
fond
Haley
of.
Kiyoko. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tracy, how many of these featured Jude Law? What percentage?
I think that I just wanted to watch closer because I liked the movie. So that happened. So I was just watching scenes.
Yeah, there's a lot
from
of
it.
closer.
Yeah, I was just watching part of the movie basically.
Mhm.
I really like this Pink Floyd "Wish You Were Here," like set to the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind
Yeah.
background.
Is that an Atonement fan video set to Lana Del Rey?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I just want to check.
Yep, just double checking that. Yep, Yep, more Haley Kiyoko because
There's Halsey.
yes.
Yeah.
And Tracy,
Yeah,
let's just be honest. This Eternal Sunshine in the Spotless Mind thing is just you and I romanticizing our ultimately toxic relationship.
Okay, and moving on, here we have more Haley Kiyoko, more. This doesn't look like two women who are like having fun together or anything like that.
That's
So
just
I'm just
gals being pals. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're
They're
just
just
watching the
friends,
same
Sarah.
videos now.
Oh,
Same
now we've gotten into the
videos now.
Veronicas. Oh, yep. And Lauren.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Things are getting crazy, and then for whatever reason, it jumps back in my history to April 30th, 2018.
Okay. And the
Where now
correspondence-
I'm just watching at the correspondence dinner. So this is, I mean, I don't know what I can tell you about this. And then I watched some stuff about Marilyn Monroe. So
This is so ultimately benign. Like,
Yeah.
there's
well,
nothing-
thank you very
no,
much.
mine's gonna be so much weirder. No.
I mean, Tracy, I haven't even seen any of your Sia.
I
Is
love
it-
Sarah Millican.
Yeah.
There we
Sarah
go.
was great.
Okay, good. See, look, I did something right. There we go.
Fiona Apple.
Everything you've done is right. Joe can
Yes.
fuck
No,
himself.
everything you've done is great. No.
Okay, good. There we go.
Fiona
So
Apple.
Bjork, Shaft.
Shaft theme.
Yes, why wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
That's on my Amazon playlist. The Shaft theme song, straight up.
I saw
And this
it
is so
nominated.
old. This is from whenever I was teaching. These are videos that I did of myself for my class. So I
You're
think that like I've done my thing. So I'm gonna stop my share. I've done my 2 pounds of flesh or whatever there. So.
Okay.
You've done it. Yay.
Here, if you guys want, I could go next because I can sort of, yeah, I have some very similar ones to Tracy.
And now, Joseph will share the videos in his history.
Oh God, I have too many tabs open. Hang on.
Show us your tabs.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
what is-
I've already gone through to close any like incriminating tabs. I'm not here to
Oh shit!
I'm
Yeah,
not
you
here
can
to fuck around.
Oh, you could like out yourself with some shit with some tabs. Oh no!
I really
Whatever.
could.
I'm sharing my whole fucking screen. Fuck it, we're going live. Here we go. Can you guys see it?
No.
Nope.
Oh, weird.
You have to share your screen. You have to push the button, dude.
I'm doing it, Tracy.
There's
doing
the button at the bottom. You gotta hit the button at the bottom.
I know. It's because I'm on a Mac. It's making me enter my password. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I'm on a Mac too. I don't buy it.
Yeah,
Just
dude,
closing more
Don't
tabs.
take his shit.
your Mac is old as shit, Tracy.
Joe's
That's not-
closing more tabs.
Yeah, but
That's
hers
what's
seems to
happening right
work
now.
and she knows how to use it. So
Okay, wait.
God, I'm so sweaty.
So am I, Sarah. It's been a
That's
rough
all right.
couple of days, and like the drinking with like this weather is not
Yeah.
helping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna make me quit Zoom and come back. Hang on.
What?
I'll be back.
What? This sounds fake.
Oh, this is exactly what I'm trying to say. He's just closing out all of his tabs.
This guy
and
is
his
full of
browser-
shit.
Okay.
You're
Closing out all his goddamn tabs.
Here
and so
we
none of
go.
his-
Here we go. Here we go.
Your video isn't even back.
Oh, it's not. Whoops.
Nope.
No, Joe.
Nope. We just have your.
There we
Okay,
go.
there you
Oh,
are.
yeah, your
Okay.
face. Oh, here we go.
Okay. Here
Okay.
it is. Here it is. So what you're going to see a lot of here is a bunch of like leftist people arguing against more leftist people. It's not super
Mhm.
entertaining. Here's the
Talking
Biden
heads.
versus the Biden versus Trump Dragon Ball Z US election, which we've talked about.
don't play
extensively.
that.
No.
Don't, Joe, that's
I will.
I'm embarrassed to live in a world with that.
It's amazing. This person, I have to say, I really love just because all of his hot takes are like super disrespectful.
To
so
be
here's
clear,
who-
when you try to play video on screen share, like it lags like a mother.
Yeah.
okay,
Sarah and I
tried-
tried this one
Yeah,
time.
we've tried to do that a lot and it has not worked. Okay, see Gladys Knight. Hell yeah.
Yes. So now we're getting into unintentional ASMR, which is my fucking favorite thing ever.
Wait,
so,
how
like-
many of us looked up Midnight Train to Georgia in the last 6 hours? Because
just-
I know I did.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. But so like, okay, we have to talk a little bit about ASMR. Let me find. So these are just videos I did that are like for
I love that you're
tutorials.
watching the Dear Sister SNL video like it's 2008. God bless.
Yes, of course.
I
of
do
course.
occasionally like to show that video to new people because I want to one day crack the code of why it's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's funny, but it kills me to this day.
I know.
It-
It's so
it-
good.
It would be so. Here's one that I think we can have some amount of discussion about. Okay, so this Stephanie fires a .38 special pistol. I'm going to out my friend Catherine, who got a .38. Who is like? Have you guys all met Catherine? Everyone's
Yeah,
met
I've met
Catherine. right?
Yeah,
She
yeah,
got
yeah.
a gun? It happened?
She got a .38 from her dad that does not. I don't know if Chris, do .38s have safeties generally?
I mean, it depends on revolvers very often don't.
So she like got this .38 and she's never tried it. The last time she shot a gun was when she was 10, and I kept telling her, because she's like worried about self-defense. I don't know why exactly. Let's not like presume that we can understand that. But so I was telling her, I was like, you need to take it out to a range or in the country and shoot it a few times, because otherwise you're going to fire it and you're going to like hit yourself in the face. Like if people haven't shot guns.
Not with a 38.
Dude, have you met Catherine though?
Yeah,
Like we're talking about the person
she's a capable human being. Don't gatekeeper.
So no, so she accused me of being sexist for saying she
Guns
couldn't
for
fire a
all
gun
left.
without her. She accused me of being sexist, and so I sent her this
Yes.
video of this woman firing a gun and then like bashing herself in the face with it. So that's what this is about.
Okay, but yeah, they probably put like some like plus
Can we
P
talk about
rounds
the
in it.
butts?
Where are their butts?
Yeah, the Teen
Yeah.
Titan?
The Teen Titans summer job coloring process?
I have no idea what that is. We're just gonna.
Oh,
say-
you watched the whole
Whoa,
thing.
whoa, whoa.
Okay, you watched the whole thing. I can see the red bar. You watched the whole thing, so you can figure it out.
Nope, that's over. That's over. I'm trying to find something. Okay, so like the PragerU stuff, obviously, right? Like we've talked about that extensively.
Go back to the
Yeah.
butts.
Tell us about the butts.
Pass.
Explain yourself.
Pass.
You tell us about the butts right now.
I will not be shamed.
He's got Titan butts and he cannot lie.
Okay, wait.
Wait.
Okay.
I'm almost tempted to look at the viewer count on that video later to see after this episode airs. After this episode airs,
Please don't. Oh no, I remember what I wanted to talk about. So, did you guys see the Natalie Wynn video about voting?
Yes.
Just like the ContraPoints.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, no.
It's basically
I know her, though.
Yeah, so it's basically just saying, like, it's the same thing Chris was talking about. It's like, we all need to go out and vote, and we need to not all get caught up in our weird, like, circular firing squad progressive stuff. And I got to say, like, I really found that to be a great distillation of just, like, the moment and the problem. So, I mean, I would probably watch that multiple times. If you haven't seen ContraPoints, you definitely need to watch ContraPoints. Yeah. Here's all my
Stop scrolling so fast.
I'm trying to find lots of stuff about butts you're going to notice. What else? There's not really a lot to say about that. It's like, yeah, dude, I like butts. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
No shame in liking butts.
What Korean dramas are you watching? You're scrolling too fast.
I'm trying to find something that's different because really, okay, so it's like a lot of political shit, ASMR. I feel like all of us have probably seen this guy. Have you guys all seen this Bone Column guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know him.
He's promoted constantly.
No.
He is promoted. He's like a weird, is he libertarian? What would you call him? He's like a...
Judging by his face, yes.
But he's like a libertarian who understands that there should be some crossover with like people who aren't just white pedophiles. Yeah. Like he's actually a libertarian who is also maybe a decent person. Yeah. So that's kind of a weird situation.
Jim Sterling has a YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, he does. Yes, he does. Oh, I love Jim Sterling so much. Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, I think you're just going to find it's mostly just ASMR and political stuff and butts.
Stop scrolling so fast.
All right, I'll go slowly, and we could all see if there's anything we want to address. Oh, look at this! It's getting meta. Here's our old episodes.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's.
I can promise you won't find that in mine. I don't like looking at myself.
No, I don't watch our episodes.
ASMR.
Yeah, so we started talking about ASMR, and we just sort of like dropped it. So what?
Oh, it's God, I forget exactly what it stands for. It's like auto meridian sensory response, I think is what it is. It's like, so for me, I have been experiencing this since I was a small child, and I didn't know what it was called. And then I remember, like right around the time Tracy and I got together, I kind of figured out what it was. And I remember like being up in the middle of the night. And so first of all, I got to say, like, it isn't sexual. People assume it's sexual. It's not.
It's also not sexual.
Well,
it can be sexual, but like anything can be sexual.
Yeah.
Yes,
right, agreed.
Precisely. Most of it, like I will say,
There's
helps
not a lack of cleavage in ASMR videos.
But let's just look at these two examples right here, okay? So you have the Welsh stone carver gently. This guy with like, he's like grandpa speaking with a weird Welsh accent.
He's hot as shit. Gotcha.
I trust that man. I would let that man cat sit for me.
And then you have like the cleavage thing where she's like tapping on things with her fingernails. So like there is a range, but basically it's like a sound sort of thing.
The two genders.
Yes, the two genders. Old guy carving stone, and woman with big creepy fake boobs tapping on things. Yes, that's basically what it is.
Okay, those are very fine boobs. Let's not shame anyone. But I do love that even ASMR has the cut off the top of the head problem.
Yeah, they do. They do. I mean, you know what though? I gotta say, like, as someone who watches a lot of ASMR, I do sort of feel for these women who are, like, they're. I mean, it's kind of like the same thing as like being a waitress or something. It's like, yes, you may use your charisma to get better tips, but that doesn't mean you want people like sliding into your DMs, telling you to like send them nudes or something like that. They're really like, YouTube does not do a good job of allowing people like a space to sort of moderate that. So I think
that's just like being a woman. Like, listen. Like I like actively undermine my own attractiveness when I get dressed to go to work, and like middle-aged men are still super fucking weird to me when they come through my line. Like that's just, yep. Like being a woman is kind of terrible. Like,
yes. Word. Yeah. I'm just going to have to call this and say that I think we've already spent entirely too long on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to pass it over to Chris. I'm going to stop sharing. We can keep talking about ASMR if you want, but I feel like people sort of get the idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Shit, did I mute you, Sarah? I'm sorry.
yeah, I think you muted me accidentally. God, why do you not want to let women speak, Chris?
Chris.
Look, you know me.
I was thinking of there are these like little soundboards you can get for podcasting where you like push a button, and it's kind of like the new version of the shitty Howard Stern thing where like someone comes off. Yeah, and I was thinking of getting like a recording of Chris accusing me of being racist that I could play every once in a while, and then like.
Hey, everybody stop everything. I have to give a news update. There's a new Buzzfeed Unsolved that just came out 2 hours ago.
I've watched it already. It's in my history.
Of course you have. God damn it. I just saw it.
Wait, seriously? What? I don't know about this. This sounds like something right up my alley.
Oh
you
my
would
God,
love,
yes.
You would love BuzzFeed Unsolved. I can't believe you haven't watched BuzzFeed Unsolved. Okay.
Just watch all of them.
Then we'll talk about it when we do mine. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, this is Sarah's the one who turned me on to it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so good. I can't believe you don't watch BuzzFeed Unsolved. You would absolutely love BuzzFeed Unsolved. Yeah.
Like I would, of all of us, I would assume you were the one that already had watched all of them, actually.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. God damn it. I don't want to do this.
So we
It's not even, it's not even that weird.
uncomfortable.
I'm just like, I like to project being a weirdo, but being able to retreat.
You don't like the evidence. We also
Yeah,
have.
I don't want
You
there
like-
to be
you-
receipts.
You like to curate the sort of weirdo that you are. Yeah. No, I understand.
I think we have to guess if we're going to see more boobs or asses in Chris's. I'm going to say boobs. Yeah.
Chris is a
absolutely.
leg man, honestly.
That is
Really?
very true.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I hate that I know that.
The lukewarm defense of 50 Shades. Okay. Dungeons.
I
I
rewatched
love
all-
those videos.
Yeah.
Folding Ideas is so good. Yeah.
Okay,
that third one ends with an amazing song.
Chris,
It
I feel-
does. It's
I
so
feel-
good. Yeah.
I feel like that third one gives us like a very deep look into some goings on in your life.
You know what?
here.
Anna Kenna has popped up on everybody's history so far.
I don't think Anna Akana's on mine. No.
Look, the same thing with the fourth one. I don't even own the game control. Look, some people are pretty. This is the free game on
I love this so much. Oh my god.
I know. This is the free game on shit, what's the not Steam, what's the other one?
Oh, Epic or yeah.
Yeah, it's the Epic free game. I was trying to decide whether it's worth spending like 12 hours to download because my connection sucks. The new movies with Mikey, the new film Joy, all about Mario.
Materials.
Oh, I'm so behind on Actually. I love that show.
The new Actually, and the fact that yes, I will watch literally anything with Saban in it.
I love her.
Yes. Oh yeah, the animated spell book. There's a lot of D&D shit in here.
Yes.
We'll get there.
The Orville.
Fuck.
Oh,
Are you
God.
still watching the Orville?
No, but
Nerd.
no. I couldn't get into it. Like I tried, I couldn't get into it. People keep telling me to try. So they're like, "Oh, you have to like this joke," and I'm like, "Did I watch the joke?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, it's
Wait. So isn't the Orville that's like the not Star Trek thing that what's his name did?
Seth
right?
MacFarlane, yeah.
Seth MacFarlane wanted to make Star Trek. Fox wouldn't let him. So he said, okay, I'm going to make a parody of Star Trek. And so he made one season where they told jokes. And then from that point forward, it's just a straight up like copy of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Because he just has all the clout imaginable and he can do whatever he wants. I'm legitimately annoyed by him that he is undeniably talented at everything he does, and all he wants to do is like tell incredibly stupid jokes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, if they were funny, stupid jokes, that'd be one thing. But like, I don't know if any of you actually watched 100 Ways to Die in the West.
Nope.
Why would I do that to myself?
No, definitely not.
I don't know. I did.
Why did you do that to yourself?
Oh, I went to watch that
Look,
one.
same reason I watch these, where it's like, I don't understand math, but like, I like to know how the universe works, Yeah. Oh, this is great. Aaron, you'll appreciate this. They put the Deep Space Nine documentary on YouTube. It's the whole thing.
Yay!
So I've been working my way through that.
I love the Who Invented Russian Roulette. Has anyone ever actually played
Yes.
it?
I've been in a really healthy place this week. And the YouTube algorithm was like, here's a video about Russian roulette. And I'm like, thanks, Google, you get me.
So
the McElroy Brothers stuff as usual.
I have seen that McElroy video. It's very good.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, I got to bring up, because of the Russian roulette thing, I don't know if you all had a chance to look at this, but there's this Turkish, she's kind of an academic, but she does like all this stuff, all these TED Talks about like the way that the YouTube algorithm radicalizes young people.
Yeah.
And so like she has this thing about how, you start off, like if you just leave the YouTube on auto, I just said the YouTube, I'm like a fucking 100 years old. If you leave YouTube on autoplay, it will go from like,
I heard about it on the Facebook.
Yeah, it'll go from like, let's say just watching the Democratic National Convention, and if you leave it on for like 10 hours, by the time you come back, it'll be on like some crazy ass red pill shit. Like it just, it pushes you to the extremes. And I kind of wonder how many of our, like viewing proclivities have been influenced by that,
Well, I mean, then you've got a lot of, so like every other like basic bitch white person, I really loved the Bon Appetit Test Kitchen.
Yeah.
Before that all imploded.
Yeah. Same.
And Sola has moved over to working with the Binging with Babish channel, which I hadn't actually known about until she popped up, because YouTube was like, hey, here's one of your favorite people. And now I've just been mainlining this guy who makes these incredibly calm videos where he's
great. Yeah.
It's like he's like a calmer version of who's the food channel guy? Damn it, Sarah, help me.
Which one? Alton Brown?
Alton. It's that Alton Brown.
Or Alton Brown.
Yeah. It's that Alton Brown thing where like he has to do it the hard way every time. Like here he is doing Game Hens full spatchcock because like why wouldn't you?
It's not actually that hard to spatchcock something.
He's got those kitchens. I gotta say though, like
you just have to have good kitchen shears.
Yes.
But but there's a lot. The fucking Joe made me watch this. God.
You also have Midnight Train to Georgia. I just watched that Georgia Going Blue fan cam a bunch of times that I put in the group chat.
Dale Gribble evading country building regulations. Yes.
If I'm feeling bad, I will just look. King of the Hill is one of the greatest shows ever. So, here we go. Buzzfeed. Clearly, I had to start and stop the Russian roulette video a couple of times because my life is too crazy to watch a 9-minute video all the way through. A lot of Buzzfeed, a lot of DC animated movie. This is me trying to decide whether I need to buy or rent. What's it called? Those Justice League Dark movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't watched them yet. I hear they're fine.
Chris,
they're perfectly disposable, enjoyable stuff.
Okay, here we go.
briefly thought about getting back into Overwatch, but I'm
Don't do it.
but
Okay,
I'm old.
Here we go. We have Maisie Williams. This is what I'm really interested in. Let's see.
This is
Maisie-
this is their new one. It's the 2 Weeks to Live, which is kind of like Hannah if a comedy.
Okay.
So looks like this is an amazing video if you haven't watched it.
I still haven't watched it yet. It's just so long.
It does warn you
Although
that
I did watch an hour and a half long video about the John Locke conspiracy, like
Yeah.
several
So-
days ago.
at the 38-minute mark of this video about the flat earthers, it explains why you don't see flat earther videos anymore.
Mm.
And spoiler alert, and he breaks it down for the rest of the video, they all went to QAnon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's one of the better breakdowns of QAnon I've actually ever seen. But
Nice.
it starts with some gorgeous nature photography.
I have to make an accusation right now, and I think Chris has a different YouTube account where he watches all his dirty shit. Because this is way too clean.
That's called RedTube, my dude.
Yeah. Do you not know about Pornhub, my guy?
No, I do. I'm just talking about. So, like, if you watch a YouTube video, let's say on any other social media, does it not like catalog it here? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't get my dirty shit off Facebook. Like, where the fuck are you?
I don't get my dirty shit off.
What are you like?
No,
like,
my YouTube is like surprisingly not horny because I get my horny shit other places.
Yeah.
let's say Joe, you get all yours from like Twitter gifs. Like what's
Are you Ted Cruz in it?
Yeah.
No, not yet. I'm not at that level.
This is that movie that I keep thinking about watching, where it's the teenagers who are sequestered after they get an exploding disease.
Okay.
It's a comedy.
All right.
About exploding children.
It's like a play on Battle Royale, kind of, except they're
Okay.
exploding.
Ooh, deep dish.
Yeah. Here we go. Some gun reviews, because that's where I've been. Also, weird shout out for everything I've said about my personality. Demolition Ranch is this. He's a veterinarian in Texas who just does weird shit like, how many other guns can this gun shoot through?
Honestly, I respect that kind of content.
Yeah, and then he uses the proceeds from his weird gun channel to finance his mostly nonprofit veterinary service that provides veterinary care to animal shelters.
I respect that, honestly.
Yeah, and also he will occasionally just here's some weird cheap guns, and I'm like, yeah, I'm maybe there.
All right, Chris, go through your subs.
Here we go.
I want to see your subs. Okay, yeah, there we go.
If anyone who hasn't seen Desi Girl, I just have to go back and rewatch this video once a month to make myself remember what joy is.
Wait.
Subscriptions. Yeah. Wow, am I still subscribed to Muselec? I used to be really into Overwatch. I should probably state that up front. When it was new, I was really into and actually kind of good at Overwatch. I was good in that way where you feel really good until 2 a.m. when all the Korean kids wake up
and just destroy you.
Just fucking destroy you. Yeah.
No one can overtake the Koreans. Wow, I'm very drunk.
Right there with you, Sarah.
Okay, Chris.
The show must go on because I'm that guy.
Let me point.
Beyond.
Wait. Go to Are You Scared of Sleepwalking? Because I think you and I have this in common.
No. That's Watcher. That goes back to the BuzzFeed.
That's BuzzFeed Unsolved adjacent. We'll talk about BuzzFeed Unsolved.
I haven't watched that video, as you can see, because
I don't really watch the Are You Scared ones. I don't care about that.
See, I wanted to talk about the steroid fueled chemo sleepwalking that I did. And how I was worried about, Tracy will be watching these. Tracy, what was that one crime show you were watching where the dude killed his wife and it went back to sleep? And he was sleepwalking. What the fuck was that?
There's been a couple of cases of what do they call it? Somnolence, something. Something with Yeah, I'm on the right track there with
It's a bunch of Latin that
ambulescent.
means sleepwalk. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're-
so
you're
basically
solid,
like sleepwalking, kill. There's a couple of different cases where people have claimed that defense, so I don't know which one you're talking about.
No, I just mean because I sleepwalk, and because for a while when we first got together, you were like afraid I was going to murder you in my sleep. But really,
That's because the first time I ever spent the night at Joe's house,
please don't.
like, okay, no, this is not weird. Other than just to say that, like,
Joe, you edit these. You can cut it out if it's.
most people might have been terrified by this, but I was like, whatever. He was like, cool, you can spend the night, but I'm gonna sleep on the couch because, like, I get up in the middle of the night and, like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And I remember being like, cool, I'll just sleep in your bed then. Like, good night.
Dude,
See you tomorrow morning.
But Tracy is such a dark person that she thought it meant I was gonna like assault her, with a knife or something.
Okay. Do you want to hear about the first time Megan spent the night at my apartment that I had before we moved in together? Have I told you guys this story?
I've heard this story, yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to bed, and I push my entire bookshelf in front of the door. And she's like, what the fuck is that for? I'm like, it's a security thing. She's like, why? You think someone's going to break in? I'm like, no, I think there's someone already in the house, frankly. And I'm like, just don't worry about it. It's just a precaution. So we go to sleep. About 2 o'clock in the morning, we hear bum, 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 thud. Then like bum, 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 like someone falling downstairs, right? And she's like, oh my God, what was that? And I'm like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Some context, my room was right next to the staircase. We go downstairs the next morning, and my roommate is eating breakfast with a black eye. And he's staring daggers at me. He's like, what the fuck? Did you barricade the door? I had a knife in my hand. I could have been killed.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I've never met Anthony, but I've heard a lot of stories about him.
Well,
He's a character.
I remember Chris and I commiserating about like why we never had roommates after a certain point. I totally get it, dude. No, like I remember my first year of college, I came back. We had to share these tiny ass dorm rooms at Eastern Illinois University, and I came in the first day, and I'm like moving all my shit in. It's the whole room was like probably, I would say, like 12 by 10, and you had 2 beds and 2 adult men in there. And this dude, that my roommate, is sitting facing the TV with a Q-tip. I walk in, he pulls the Q-tip out, there's blood on it. He looks at the Q-tip and he goes, oh no. Like that's the first time I met. Oh my God.
What if he just collapsed at that point?
It would have
hey,
been,
what's up? Oh no.
Well, because I had to listen to this dude's girlfriend, like on this is back when we still had answering machines, kids. And like his girlfriend would like call the room and he wouldn't answer, and she'd like be crying and like begging him to pick up the phone. And so I was like, you know what? Maybe it's okay if you just fucking die from Q-tips. That's fine. You sound kind of like a fucking garbage person.
Chris, I am seeing some overlap in subscriptions, which is unsurprising. While I don't track my history, I'm happy to show you the subscriptions.
Yeah, here, let me, because it gets real boring after that. Jenny Nicholson is amazing. Anyone who doesn't watch her stuff should.
Yeah.
See, I think it's interesting that you have a lot of Adam, what's his name? The Mythbusters
Savage.
Adam.
Oh,
Savage.
I was the biggest fucking Mythbusters. Still am the biggest Mythbusters fan.
See, I had a ton, if you remember, I had a ton of Alton Brown stuff, and I feel like those two have a lot in common. It's just
I just haven't got to the Alton Brown part yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot how to. Oh, fuck, I'm not okay.
Just there we go. Okay,
right.
Now we get to see Sarah's.
Oh yeah, now you get to see all my weird shit. Okay.
Yay, Sarah.
Where's my stuff? Okay, yeah, I've got YouTube pulled up. Let me screen share. Okay. I think it's working. Is it working?
Yep.
Okay, so first is BuzzFeed Unsolved. I cannot believe you don't already watch BuzzFeed Unsolved, Tracy. Like, it's
Tracy.
absolutely your thing. It's there's two different kinds of seasons. There's the true crime seasons and the supernatural seasons. True crime is like your basic like murders and disappearances and like just shit that like the police have not solved yet. Supernatural is what they're more well known for. Because like sometimes they do stuff about like UFOs or like Bigfoot or something, but mostly they hunt ghosts and they're not good at it. And, and
Well,
like
one of them believes everything, and
Yes.
one of them believes nothing.
yeah, one of them believes in ghosts and one of them doesn't, and that's like the whole premise of the show. So like Ryan, who believes in ghosts, is like terrified and like wandering through these like gross, decrepit like old houses and like insane asylums and shit, like losing his mind and like getting startled by birds and like. And then Shane, who does not believe in ghosts, is just like wandering around having a great time, like inviting demons to eat his heart. It's great.
If you've ever seen the gif of a very tall, skinny man going, "Hey, demons, it's your boy," that's
Shane.
Shane.
Unsolved. Yeah. Or
Like,
fuck
Ryan,
you, goat man. Like, yeah.
Ryan is seriously so scared he has a 1 demon per season rule because he's like,
Mhm.
I don't mess with demons. No, demons are next level.
Yeah. So they're doing true crime right now because the pandemic has made supernatural seasons difficult, as you might imagine. Like they were due to do a supernatural season, like they alternate, but like they can't because of the pandemic. So right now they're doing true crime. They just did the disappearance of Cynthia Anderson. Today that got uploaded. The last one was Harry Houdini. They did one about the Pink Panthers the week before that. I think about those. Yeah, but yeah, they're really good. They do a lot of stuff. Below that is their solo channel outside of BuzzFeed, Watcher, where they just do whatever they want.
Home to Puppet History and Puppet University, the best series ever.
Puppet History is so fucking good. Yeah, Shane had a show on BuzzFeed that was called Ruining History, where like he just like he just gathered a panel and like told them like weird history stories, and it was great, but it got canceled after one season because BuzzFeed doesn't know what it has, I guess. So like on Watcher they do Puppet History, where he does this, but he's a puppet, and it's incredible. Like.
And every episode has an original song.
Yes.
And they're all my favorite songs now.
Yes. I listened to the song from the Diamond Necklace from the Marie Antoinette episode like all the fucking time. It's like genuinely so good. Yeah, no. They're really good. Yeah.
So, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah, are you into K-pop?
I am.
Sarah,
Have you heard that?
I've heard.
Sarah, I have to just ask you, based on these 3 videos, have we talked about Butoh before?
Butoh, I don't think so.
It's like the Japanese theater that's like very gothic, and it's kind of like.
Oh wait, we did talk about that in an episode, didn't we? Yeah.
Okay,
last week, I think, or last time.
Yeah.
Somehow I feel like you might enjoy some of that just for its sheer weirdness.
I do love weird shit. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's fucking weird. It's like BUTOH.
I don't know. Yeah, like my thing is always like I just want to see shit that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I may not necessarily like it, but like I just like knowing that exists. Like I like things that are very like singular.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just like stuff that like, well, I don't know if this is good, but it's not like anything else, and like that to me justifies its existence. You know what I mean?
Here,
Yes,
here.
absolutely. No, I totally hear you. I feel like that's a theme in like a lot of our YouTube videos. Is there's something that is like totally unrelated to the political reality, first of all, but also like so specific that you can kind of detach yourself a little
Yes.
bit. Yeah.
Yes. So I've got BuzzFeed Unsolved, then I've got K-pop content, which
Of
I
course.
like. That's just a thing that's happening. Yeah. Yoongi being small was just like I literally just YouTube searched this morning the words Yoongi tiny. 'Cause I was like, I need a very specific thing right now. No, Yoongi had to have shoulder surgery. Yoongi is a member of BTS.
Oh.
He had to have shoulder surgery. We just found out today. It's a whole fucking thing. Like,
is it like body augmentation, or is it like because he hurt
no.
Unrelated to the small thing. He's just small.
Yeah, no, he's just small. No, he's just small. He's just a small man. Like, no, the shoulder surgery is, oh God, in like 2012, I want to say, when he was still like a trainee, like before the group debuted, he got hit by a car while he was working his part-time job that he had to maintain while he was still a trainee, because they don't pay you for being a trainee. And then he did not tell anyone that he got hit by a car because he thought he would get fired from the company. K-pop is a nightmare. Don't worry about it. So like he's just had like shoulder problems for like the entire time he's been in this group. So he finally got shoulder surgery like yesterday. So he's like suspended from activities for a little bit. And we all just found out this morning. Yeah. So it's like, I just want to look at Yoongi being small.
I do love that K-pop groups are so big, they have a DL list.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted like small Yoongi content to bring me joy, because like, I love Yoongi. He's a good boy.
Every K-pop performance should just start with like, okay, who's off the roster tonight? We're bringing up so-and-so from the bullpen.
Honestly, K-pop really does operate like very similarly to how sports does. It's very like...
Or like Broadway, when they just like, tonight the part of lead singer will be played by...
Yeah, no, they don't bring people in, but like they do periodically have to cover for people, because like it's like anything, like performance wise, it's incredibly hard on your body, but like, yeah, no, so I just wanted to look at Yoongi being small.
Fair.
Yeah, so that's that. Then I rewatched all of Too Many Spirits, which is the Buzzfeed Unsolved guys. It's the perfect show. It's them getting incredibly drunk and rating user-submitted ghost stories.
They're all terrible.
Yeah, they're all so bad. It's so good.
So we were watching, and I don't remember if we talked about this on the Halloween episode, but Tracy and I were watching all the Eli Roth like history of horror shit. And they were talking about Blair Witch, and they were just talking about like how revolutionary and scary that was apparently to a bunch of horror filmmakers. Did you guys feel that way when you saw Blair Witch? Did you guys see it in theaters?
I didn't see Blair Witch. What are you fucking talking about?
I saw it in theaters. And like I was legitimately scared, and I grew up in the middle of nowhere.
Well,
I didn't see Blair Witch in theaters. I'm a pussy ass bitch.
I saw it in theaters, and I'm like, what was that noise?
I've never seen Blair Witch.
Sarah,
what was that noise? In the forest. It sounded like twigs snapping and...
Sarah, if you watch it now, it's so fucking stupid. It's like, it's so bad. Like, and Tracy just made me watch. Tracy, what are those shows? What are they called? Are they paranormal? It's a whole series. It's like Paranormal Activity.
Did you just lick yourself, Sarah?
I did. I spilled wine on myself. Why would you call me out like this?
I thought you were doing
like a tequila shot.
It's not like the rest of us didn't notice you cleaning yourself like a cat. You know?
I love how we're describing this for our listeners who are not watching the video. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ghost cat. I'm looking at the FaceTime haunting. I think that genre of horror is like very interesting.
No, Joe, the FaceTime haunting story is somebody being like, After my mother's funeral, I got a FaceTime call from my mother's account, an account that was only connected to a single iPad that we had.
The stories are
so-
so bad.
It's so good.
Wouldn't it be like, have you all ever like been at a party with, I remember doing this a couple of times. Like I was at a party and I remember it was near Halloween and I legit just asked everyone, I was like, okay, who here has had any sort of real ghost experience? And like people, the drunker people are, the more likely they are to say something. But then when they tell you the story, it's always real fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's like I've never, like I have a story from when I was a kid where I was like, I had the flu or something. And I had like 103-degree fever, and I'm like sitting in a cold bath because my mom was trying to bring my fever down. And I look over.
Was it 1905?
Dude,
Did you cough?
yes.
Did you cough gently into a white kerchief? And bloody spots were left.
I did. And they made artwork out of my hair.
Was
But
your
it so,
dad
like,
gone because he had like gotten the wagon and headed for town to try to get you medicine before the snow came?
Dude, I was a very sickly kid, and I think at some point my parents were just like, we just gotta like, we're not meeting our deductible this year. But so anyway, so I'm sitting in this bathtub and I look over and there's like this laundry pile. And I remember as a kid seeing like a Little House on the Prairie looking lady sitting on the laundry pile. And obviously that was because I had 103-degree fever, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure I know why that happened, but I've never met someone who I've asked that question and they've been like, yes, let me tell you this story. It's always like some hot, just like total bullshit. Have any of you ever asked someone that question and had them tell you something that sounded legit?
My mom thinks that my grandmother is haunting this house because like sometimes the lights flicker in the basement.
Okay.
But like
How old is your house?
it was built in 2002. It was not well constructed, so I think that might be a factor. But like also my mom and my stepdad did keep my grandmother's ashes in the closet in the basement for like a year before they did anything with them. So like if ghosts are real, then like my grandmother has like reasonable grounds to haunt my mom.
She's pretty pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My only real haunting story was I'm going to just strip out all of the identifiers in this story for several reasons. But it was a friend of the family whose wife had died. And but when I get to the impression, it's important you know that he is extremely English and his children were raised in the States, so they don't share
I've heard the
accent.
story.
Yes. So we're at a local restaurant, very nice restaurant. We're all eating, and he's clearly like he's more disoriented than anything. You know, this is the love of his life, and she'd been sick for a long time. And so we're all in the parking lot, and he's standing there with all of us and his son. And he opens the trunk of the car, and he turns to his son and goes, "Colin, hold this." Okay, and it's just this cardboard box. It's like, "Dad, what is this?" "It's Karen."
Yeah.
This was, he had been driving around with the cremated remains for a week
Oh, my God.
and didn't know what to do with them. And we're all looking at him going, "Yeah, I feel you, bud. I don't know what I do either."
What the fuck are you supposed to do with that either?
But that moment of silence as we're all looking at each other in this cold parking lot going, "Okay, well."
No.
So as long as we're talking about our own impending mortality, what are people looking forward to the rest of this election week and next week?
Oh, that's a good.
Just,
Wait,
You already
Jared,
saw the Russian roulette video. That's kind of how I'm feeling about the people.
Wait.
This is my subtle transition.
Let's see if let's save that for a second. Aaron, Sarah, go ahead and like finish your thing. Show us anything.
Yeah,
else.
I've still got a ton of shit.
All
Like
right.
I didn't even get into like the real embarrassing stuff. I don't know. Yeah, there's more Buzzfeed Unsolved. There's some Try Guys videos because I am indeed Buzzfeed trash, unfortunately. Buzzfeed is so weird because like some of it is like real good and some of it is like here's a bunch of people eating snacks in like a garage, you know? And like the like people eating snacks in a garage like subsidizes all the like good stuff. It's wild.
The Try Guys, have like billions of views.
Mm-hmm. No, I like the Try Guys. They're good dudes. If BCS was dubbed is like a whole thing. I don't know that we have time to get into that.
No.
It's a thing. I don't know.
Go ahead, Sarah. I'm sorry.
Like sometimes, like there's some stuff where I'm like, this isn't embarrassing. I just don't know if it's like interesting to like default all the context of shit.
I feel like this makes a lot of sense given what you've already revealed about yourself.
Yeah.
This is all this fits in.
Yeah. No, we're like really expanding the portrait of me that has been established by this podcast. Yeah. That's a music video for Secret Number. I don't know. They're like a group that's been like very hyped like this year. Like this is their second single. Like I thought their first single was okay. I watched this one. I thought it was also okay. This has been Sarah's K-pop review corner.
This has inspired me to get into K-pop because I got to tell you, I was very into Drunken Tiger for a while. I don't know if you all know who that is. He's like a Korean rapper basically, but he does some English and some. Yeah, and I was super into him. This kind of makes me want to like follow. This looks like it's a very deep rabbit hole.
It is. It's a really deep rabbit hole. If you want to come join me in this terrible well that I'm in, I will definitely help you do that.
Oh, have you been watching van life videos too, where you just dream about living in a van for a while?
That's just you, bud.
Okay.
No, Chris, it's okay. It's not just you. Look, wait. You have to see my. Can you guys see this?
Joe
book?
has a whole book on it.
Van life.
Oh God.
Yes. Anyway. Sorry,
Joe. Sarah. Okay. So yeah, I think that's the only music video I've gotten here for a while. That's a shipping video. Cause like, listen, one of the few things that brings me joy in these dark times is the inherent or homoeroticism of boy bands. And I will not apologize for that.
Nope.
Yeah, then we get into like all of the like ambient soundscape videos that like I listen to like when I'm just like scrolling through Twitter and I need like some soothing background noise. I use them a lot when I'm writing. That's good. 5 hours through the forest by carriage is like magical. I'm like, yes, I'm transported. I love it. Incredible.
That feels very ASMR adjacent to me, Sarah.
I think it is ASMR like adjacent, but like the actual ASMR like gives me like the heebie-jeebies. Like I just listen, I respect it, but like it makes my skin crawl personally.
It's a little intense. Like I get it. I totally.
Like,
we didn't make it far enough in my history, but my version of ambient soundscapes are loops of the different warp engine noises from Star Trek shows.
Oh my God, you fucking nerd!
I have those on CD.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No.
Aaron, you need to get around to watching Below Decks because there's a whole section where they're all sitting around trying to imitate the different warp cores from different famous ships.
Sure.
No. Enterprise is more like, whoa.
Yep. There's Spotify is where all of my ambient.
See, I was using Spotify for like playlists of nature sounds, and like that was really good, but it like really fucked up my Spotify recommendations. So I switched to YouTube to just like listen to like 5 to 8 hour videos of
just recommending K-pop and whale fucking and pretty much nothing.
Honestly, kind of, yeah. So the YouTube works better for me. It's so bad. Like honestly, it will be raining, and I'll be like, no, I gotta listen to this YouTube video that also includes rain sounds because I need different rain. That's what I need to focus. You
No, I get it.
it's terrible. Like I have ADHD, which I didn't know about until like 2 years ago. So like trying to figure that out has been great. Don't wait to get diagnosed with ADHD until you're in your 30s. It's not a great time.
Just mainline chemical stimulants and lie to yourself. It's fine.
All right. So a perfect accumulation of what we're talking about in terms of playlists while we're listening to them in isolation and quarantine and so forth. One of my absolute favorite Halloween costumes this year, somebody dressed up as, I'm sure we've all seen the cartoon of the that like everybody uses for their playlist of the young girl sitting at her desk by the window.
Oh, the lo-fi hip hop girl?
That's the one. Somebody did that as her Halloween costume because she couldn't go to a party, so she's like, all right, I'll just.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is an amazing playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen. Oldie's playing in another room and it's raining. Like there's like maybe 14 of them now. They're great. That's a vibe.
Hey, do we next episode? Do we want to screen? I don't have Spotify on my laptop, but do we want to like share our favorite Spotify playlist as a screen?
Oh yeah, we can definitely do that.
Yeah.
Like I make a lot myself, and I also have some saved. Yeah.
I use Spotify for one podcast.
Yeah. Chris doesn't use Spotify. Yeah.
That's what Tracy does, and I got like the two-person Spotify thing, and it's supposed to make like a compilation of your tastes. And so when I go in and look at it, it's like all kinds of weird dad rock that I like and lo-fi hip hop.
I also like dad rock. My tastes are K-pop and like dad music.
Yep, same. And then it's like Dateline talking about like some little kid getting like fucking, dismembered, Stephen King style, like in the Shining or something. It's just not. It's a weird juxtaposition, is all I'm saying.
Actually, the more I think about it, I like the idea of doing instead of doing a December Christmas episode, which is the most boring thing we could do just a general music episode for the next episode.
You don't want to listen to me and Chris yell about White Christmas for like an hour?
The one good Christmas movie?
Yes.
But I mean, I dig the idea of doing an all music.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, let's just talk about the fact that White Christmas is literally the film equivalent of them showing us the MGM Spotify playlist.
Yeah.
Wait, you love White Christmas that much?
I love White Christmas, but White Christmas is literally it's literally a jukebox joint. Like it's just all pre-existing.
Yeah. It's a jukebox musical. Like it's just like here's some Irving Berlin songs.
So I love the movie. Like I love it.
Hell yeah!
But there's some problems.
Oh yeah, it's not good.
Save it for December, you guys. Save it for December.
Yeah. We'll talk about this later. Okay.
Save it for the next episode, which I think is a good time to.
Yeah.
Wait, real quick, Tracy. Are you possibly confusing it with Holiday Inn, which has an even more problematic scene?
Oh, dude.
Holiday Inn has blackface.
Yes.
Okay, does White Christmas not have blackface?
No.
Yeah, Holiday Inn is the one that has blackface. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That's the one I always thought you were talking about, like without like any sort of like repose. Yeah. And I was like, what? No. That's got a problem.
No, Holiday Inn is the one with blackface. This is a pro White Christmas, anti-Holiday Inn household.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Just thank you for that clarification.
Yeah. No, fuck Holiday Inn.
No, you can watch White Christmas to your heart's content. And the raciest thing in White Christmas is the whole buttermilk scene, which is the most intensely erotic thing I've ever seen on television.
Oh, when they get sandwiches and buttermilk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Intensely erotic.
So for future episodes, at least two of us have to be sober because this is going totally off the rails, you guys. Like we can't have We can't
Fuck
have
it.
4 out of 5 people being fucking high or drunk. We can't do
I make no promises.
Listen, if I don't have to work like immediately after we record these episodes, I make zero guarantees.
Oh my god.
God, this was a mistake.
Exactly.
I'm so fucking sweaty.
I'm so sweaty too. Like Joe made like the first drink we had was so alcoholic. And then I just had a Trappist ale, which is like 9.2 alcohol
God.
content, which is pretty high for a beer, I'm intoxicated and sweating.
I've
And
killed
we lose
most of
Aaron
a bottle
dropped
of
off.
wine. I've killed most of a bottle of wine, and like I'm 33. I can't do that shit anymore.
No, and I desperately need to get off this podcast so I can go look at some anime butts, you guys. I'm jonesing for them.
You don't want to hear more about K-pop? No, let me tell you more about K-pop.
Dude, Sarah, you are like these are like 30-minute videos.
Well, that's their variety show. They have a variety show called Run BTS. I watch it on VLive, which is their app. There's like an app where
God,
you know what? This is too in the weeds. Don't worry about it.
There's like 12 people in this group.
There's 7 people in BTS. There's more in that one. That one is an episode where they bring on a 5-person professional League of Legends esports team, and they play like computer games against them. Normally it's just like the 7 of them. Yeah, but there are K-pop groups that have like an insane number of people in them. NCT now has 23 boys in it.
Jesus Christ.
That's too many boys. I can't deal with NCT. No, BTS
many.
only has 7 people in it. Yeah, Run BTS is their variety show. It's a show in which 7 millionaires betray each other for gift cards. It's incredible. Joe, come with me on this journey. Joe.
This sounds amazing.
Joe.
I'm with you. This is like so external to my experience as a human being that I need this right now. I need to just like
Joe, come on. Joe, let's end this podcast and then I'll get you into K-pop, Joe. Let's go.
Yes, I am down for that. Absolutely. Okay, so does anybody have anything else they want to say? Because we have been going on for 2 hours, and I'm going to have to edit this. I don't know how I'm going to edit this.
This one really got away from us, I think.
Well, I feel like this.
Did Aaron leave?
Aaron's gone.
Yes.
Okay, so we scared Aaron off
With Christmas talk.
with Christmas and K-pop.
Aaron just fucked off.
That's how I scare off most men, which is how I prefer it, honestly.
Tracy, are you still there?
I'm still here.
I
Okay.
can see Tracy. Yeah.
I can't wait till I get to like the Aaron stage where I'm just like, nope, I'm done. It's kind of impressive, actually. That level of just like,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh god, this one's sloppy. I don't know how you're gonna edit this.
It's okay. I feel like when I'm listening to it, I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to make it interesting. Like I'll just have to cut out the parts where we're not describing anything in the audio. I'm leaving in the anime butts part though. Like I have to.
That's fine.
The anime butts are crucial to the experience of this episode.
It's another episode I'm gonna have to tell my mom not to watch, but that's fine.
I would love for your parents not to watch or listen to this episode.
My parents are so over it. It doesn't matter.
Hello to Joe's mom.
Should any parting
Listen,
comments?
I have embarrassed myself in front of your mom so many fucking times. Like, no, oh god.
Oh god, she's never met you sober.
No. God. No, your mom has never met me sober. Fuck.
She always comes later to stuff. Yeah.
No, your mom. Oh God, I embarrassed your mom so bad at your wedding, and I feel very guilty about it.
What did you? I don't even
No.
remember. What did you do?
No, because we were going back to your house to like continue things after we got kicked out of the venue,
That's
and
right.
I made a joke about how your cousin could like sit on my lap as we like went we ride shared our way there, and she made like some like joke about it. I was like, oh no, I am very gay.
Oh, was it Josh?
Yeah, it was Josh. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
it's so funny.
amazing.
We lost the one sober person. We gotta pull it together and wrap it up.
All right, yes. So that's it for this episode, you guys. I don't know where to go with this.
Tune in next week for our new series, Twink Hunters.
Tune in next week where we alienate and embarrass the rest of our friends and family.
That's it for Season 4, Episode 12 of the Gateway Geeks Podcast, Pure Entropy. Tune in next time when we have two sober people at the helm. This episode was hosted by Sarah Jane Connor, Joe Kohlburn, Tracy Gomillion, Aaron Robb, and Chris Knetzer. It was edited by me, Joe Kohlburn, and Chris and I produced it.